Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to talk about pronouncing, and stressing long words. So this should be very interesting. And what's going to be most relevant, I think, for almost all the viewers, is that we're going to look at subjects related to education. So this, I think, is going to be very interesting. Now, if you have any questions, you can write them at the bottom. You press the question button and write them, and I will answer them near the end of the live. And I will put this on YouTube and on Instagram. So let's get started with long words and how to pronounce them and how to place the stress in the correct place. So here we go. Now, before I do, I just want to give a shout out to Mark Hancock at CUP. He's produced this English pronunciation, and I am using a lot of, almost all of today's live is based on that. So thank you. If you want to look at that, it's a very good source. So let's begin with the shift in stress. So I'm gonna say each word, each couplet, and then you repeat after me. Public, publicity. Public, publicity. If you get a lot of publicity, it means that someone is promoting you or advertising you, and a lot of people know about you. National, nationality. National, nationality. Very common expression, what's your nationality? All right. Photograph, photography. This causes problems. We're going to practice this one in several different ways throughout the live. Photograph, photography. Photograph, photography. Climate, climatology. Climate, climatology. So whenever you see OGY, that is a suffix, which means the study of, so the study of climate. Astronomy, astronomy. Chemist, chemistry. Here the shift, there is no shift. Chemist, chemistry. Here are a few more. Photography, photographer. Photography, photographer. Not photographer, photographer. So I take a photograph, but I am a photographer. So let's add the photograph. Photograph, photography, photographer. All right. Climatology, climatologist. Climatology, climatologist. And again, if you have words that are difficult in these areas, send me a request at the bottom. I'll look at them at the end. And if you feel your friends could benefit from this, share this live right now on your Instagram. Photograph, photography. Photograph, photography. One more time, because this is tricky. Photograph, photography. Economy, economics. economy, economics. Again, national, nationality. National, nationality. Civil, civility. Civil, civility. That one's a bit tricky. One more time. Civil, civility. Then we have photographic, economical. One more time. Photographic, economical. And now we have nationalize, nationalization. Nationalize, nationalization. That's tricky. Nationalize, nationalization. Finally, civilize, civilization. Civilize, civilization. These words can be tricky. Civilize is a verb, or to civilize. Actually, he's civilized is an adjective. Civilization is a noun. And let's move on to some others, very similar. We're going to add, do you see the example? Author, authority. Author, authority. An author is someone who writes a book. They're an author. The authority is someone who has influence. The president or the director has authority, or committee. So we're going to do the same thing. Add ity at the end of each of these words. So think for a minute what number one could be, and then we will do it together. All right, let's try it. Person, personality. Person, personality. Now think of the second one. This is try to get the second one. Let's try it. Universe, university. Universe, university. Actually, there's another word with ity that we could put here, universality. I think that's how you say it. And that is slightly different, obviously, than university. Universality is something that is complete. It includes the whole universe. Public, what's the new word with ity? Public, publicity. Public, publicity. We've had this in the first slide, I think. Next, major. I think some of you got this. Major, majority. Major, majority. Very good. Major, in English, we can say, in American English, we would say, what is your major? What are you studying? And majority is more than 50%. So there is a majority who support something. That means there are more than 50% of the people who support it. That's a majority. As opposed to a minority. That's less than 50%. All right, let's go to the next one. Same situation. Try to guess what number 5 is when you add the ITY. You might have to add a few more letters. Nation. All right, let's try it. Nation, nationality. Nation, nationality. Number 6, try to guess it. Real. Let's try it together. Real, reality. Real, reality. We often say the reality is this. All right, let's try number 7. Human. I think we got it. Human, humanity. Human, humanity. So human is one word, one person, and humanity is all people living on the earth. Humanity. Number 8, electric. Let's try it. Electric, electricity. Electric, electricity. I'm curious how difficult that exercise was. If you'd like to tell me how easy or difficult that was in a private message, I would appreciate that. Now, let's do these are things often that we study. Not every word, but most words on this list. So let's go through it together. And we'll try to guess the correct stress. So number 1, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a few seconds, then I will say it, and then you repeat. Economy. Economy. Number 2, right below it. Mathematics. Mathematics. Now, interestingly, in American English, we say math, and in British English, the short form is maths with an S, maths. So you can say in England, I'm studying maths, and in America, we'd say I'm doing math. I'm not even sure we say I'm studying math. I guess you could. I'm studying math or mathematics. Next. Photography. Photography. All right, below that, take a guess. Economy. Economy. Now, for those who arrive late, it's best to repeat these words after me. If you want to improve your pronunciation, you should repeat after me, and preferably practice again during the week and record your voice. This is very helpful in improving your pronunciation. Next one, nation. Nation. Finally, we have physics. Physics. All right, top of the next column, sociology. Sociology. One more time, because I think this is tricky. Sociology. Sociology. Nationality. Nationality. Chemistry. Chemistry. History. History. Interestingly, you can say history like 3 syllables or 2. History or history. And I think in England, they mainly say history. And in America, we tend to use all 3, history. Both pronunciations are fine, but let's do the 2 syllable. History. History. Now the 3-syllable, history, history. All right, next, geography, geography, geology, geology. Very good, very good. Now we have a fluency practice. I apologize, the screen is very small. You might have to bring it up close. So here we go. I'm going to read it below here because I think it's even too small for me. I'm going to read it all the way through, and then we'll read, let's say, chunks of the language. At school, so I'm going to read it all the way through. Just listen, and then we'll repeat sections afterwards. At school, I hated science subjects like physics, chemistry, and biology, you know. And I wasn't very good at mathematics and things. I really like subjects like history, geography, economics. Anyway, when I went to university, I wanted to do geology, but I couldn't because I was no good at sciences. So in the end, I did philosophy. Now this is informal language. This is not formal language. You can see it. 'Cause, you know, things like this. This is informal language. But we're focusing on the subject. So let's try it. Let's do the first chunk, and then you repeat after me for fluency. We want to become more fluent. Here we go. At school, I hated science subjects like physics, chemistry, and biology. All right, let's go to the second line. I'll start with I wasn't. I wasn't very good at mathematics and things. I really like subjects like history, geography, and economics. Anyway, when I went to university, I wanted to do geology. But I couldn't because I was no good at sciences. So in the end, I did philosophy. All right, I hope that's been helpful. We have a little homework for you. If you want to do it, you can send me directly. I do answer all the homework messages that I receive. So if you have not received a message for any reason, please write me because it was an accident. I'm replying to all homework messages. So here's your homework. We have a list of words, and I want you to add the missing word in each of the 5 sentences or the list. And you can send me the word, each of the 5, in a voice message. I want to hear your answer in an audio message, and then I will reply with an audio message if anything needs correcting.